to protect our country? Do you believe in America? Well, have faith, because America will get strong again. America will rise again. Hello everyone, Aaron Teskey here again. Today, I'm going to talk about a post I saw on Facebook. I want to respond to the post, and quite honestly, I just didn't want to take the time to type everything I wanted to type. It's going to be easier to say it in a video. His post read, "Fellow gun owners, have any government officials tried to take your legally owned guns away? Because no one has tried to prevent me from owning my weapons. Stop drinking the political Kool-Aid just because it's an election year." Now his argument does have some validity. I see where he is coming from. He's right. No one has prevented you from trying to own your firearms yet. My question is, are you watching the stuff going on all over the nation? All right, let's start with square one, the Constitution. Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. The idea behind the right to bear arms in the Constitution was that we, the people, had the ability to form a militia to fight against a tyrannical government. This implies that for all intents and purposes, we should have access to the same general arsenal as the military to be able to combat them effectively. Now, I understand why they don't want to let us own F-15s and that sort of stuff. That starts getting a little outrageous, but nonetheless, now most liberals would say, well, where does it say that in the Constitution? And my response is, right next to where it says the Second Amendment's only for muskets, or that the Constitution's a living document. It's implied, as you would say. As I've stated in a previous video, in Virginia, before that recent gun rally, for the first time in American history since 1776, a militia was founded and approved for the sole purpose of protecting citizens against an unconstitutional law of gun confiscation. Now, the red flag bill went through. I have not heard if the gun confiscation went through. I'm guessing not, at least as of right now. But the point is, you got that going on. You have 4 other laws coming to Colorado that I just recently found out about that is going to be infringing on our rights. Once again, to add to the red flag gun bills. You have all these things going on throughout the nation. Over the years throughout the nation in different states, they have slowly stripped away at your ability to possess these firearms. Look at California, a 7-round magazine capacity. Look at Colorado, a 15-round magazine capacity. That's not what the military carries. That puts us at a disadvantage right there. They have slowly stripped away our rights. And by doing so, they allow people such as yourself to be fooled into believing that they're still allowed to own their firearms. But one day, they're gonna fucking come for those too. And don't give me the argument about, oh, what's a piece of paper gonna do? Is a piece of paper gonna put a gun to your head and take your guns away? Ah, shut the fuck up. You know as well as I do, they will pass the goddamn laws and then send individuals to enforce them. Look at Virginia, for example. When the talk of the gun confiscation law came up, the governor said he would call in the National Guard to enforce it if the local police would not. Yes, some of that, I can see why you would think some of that may be some of the political Kool-Aid as you speak. But the bottom line is that was the first attempt, the first talk of. How do you think it went over the first time they talked about a magazine capacity or restricting guns or restricting the ability to buy certain weapons? How do you think it went over the first time they tried? Eventually, it went through. That's exactly what will happen with the goddamn gun confiscation as well. It's not about it being an election year at this specific point in time. It's the continual infringement on our constitutional rights. That's what the non-sheep crowd is getting so riled up about, is it's getting to a point where we can no longer be silent and sit back, because eventually it's going to come for you. It's going to come for me. It's going to come for our guns. It's the gradual movement in that direction that must be stopped before it gets to that point. Because if it gets to that point, our access and the laws are going to be so restricted anyways that we're not going to be able to maintain a militia that can fight the government on an adequate level. That is why everybody's getting so riled up about all the stuff going on with the gun rights around the country. All right, everyone, that's it for this video. Thank you. You have a great night.